everyone and welcome. My name is Laura. This is my channel Languages with Laura. I am a polyglot who studies 5 languages and loves to travel. This video is our Hungary, mostly Budapest travel vlog. So there you can see we are trying langos, really good. Definitely a very filling experience, and we are also trying our first shot of Balenka, and it was not bad. But in this video we are exploring Budapest and a surrounding town, and we had a wonderful time. We were there for about a week. I absolutely loved all the book options available, and there was some delicious hearty food. So here are all the highlights of Hungary. Right by the place we were staying was this adorable little cafe. It was the perfect place to just get some coffee and some pastries or a sandwich for breakfast or a brunch, which was mostly the case. But it was just absolutely beautiful, and it was really close to where we were staying, which was nice and convenient. One of the first places we went to was the Vasarely Art Museum. Vasarely was this very influential artist from Hungary. He did a lot with, as you can see, patterns, but just kind of that three-dimensional art where it is 2D, but it looks 3D, and it's like optical illusion. It was a very fascinating museum to go to. We don't normally enjoy art museums, but this was a recommendation from a friend, and I would definitely recommend checking it out. The next stop on our trip was one of my favorites of the entire trip, and this is the Quincum city. This is a very old, ancient ruins of the city back from like the Roman Empire. It is quite incredible. All the stone parcels and replicas and models of everything and just all the ruins. It was amazing to walk around and see what various things were in this ancient and very important city. They even had the remains and then rebuilt and finished a temple of sorts, and this basically was kind of the beginning of astrology, the idea of religion and a belief system based off of the stars and like your star sign and everything like that. So it was incredibly fascinating to look around and see everything, and it was an archaeologist's dream, which in another life I would have been an archaeologist for sure. Another highlight of our trip was Margaret Island. It's very easily accessible by public transportation. There is a bridge that leads right to it, and it was an island full of parks and green spaces, perfect for going on a picnic and having family-friendly activities, live music. There are quite a few restaurants here as well, and a really old church that you could visit. And it was just a great place to spend like a Saturday, sit and relax and enjoy yourself. Now, this place, the Museum of Sweets and Selfies, was definitely a very unique and interesting experience to have. I have never seen anything like it in any other country that I have been to. I always love going to museums, but also looking for something more unique. And the Museum of Sweets and Selfies was definitely that. They had all these different fun rooms and environments and backdrops just for taking pictures and hanging out with your friends. There was even a bridal party there right in front of us, and so they were having a lot of fun celebrating their friend, sister, family member who was about to get married. But it was definitely an interesting way to spend an afternoon. I would highly recommend going here like with a group of friends or a group of people. But there were some fun things to do there, as you can see us enjoying some swings. Two other recommendations are the castle in Budapest as well as the public baths. There are some pretty good public baths that are fairly inexpensive to go to. Obviously I couldn't film in there, so enjoy some footage of the castle, but definitely a highly recommended one. There are some that are co-ed and some that are not, so whatever you are most comfortable with. Just make sure you read up on all the different rules about having hair covered or what can be taken in or not. I showed one of these before, but all around Budapest are these wonderful carts with books on them, and I discovered that Hungary has a very strong literary tradition. They have lots of authors that publish in Hungarian, but they also do a lot of translating of fiction into Hungarian, both modern popular fiction and all kinds of other older books. So this is a fantastic way that they are keeping language alive while still being connected with the world, is by having things translated into Hungarian. And it was just really cool to see like the promotion of reading for all different ages and interests within the Hungarian language, but it was just an amazing selection. And of course, we had to find a board game cafe. This is one of our favorite games, Wingspan. And while it was in Hungarian, it still wasn't too bad to figure out how to play. As I've said, it's one of our favorite games. On one of the days, we actually went outside of the city of Budapest, where we were able to see the ruins of another castle, and this had a lot of very cool little informational panels and scenes set up inside the castle, but you could walk around, and it's at the top of a very tall hike. Like, it's not a place you can go to without good walking shoes for sure. We got pretty winded on the way up there. It's not very accessible, but if you are interested in the castle and you are someone who likes to go on hikes, this is the perfect destination for you. It's only a little bit outside of Budapest, and you can reach it pretty easily with the public trains. We then had a friend who has his family living in Budapest, and they are initially from Hungary. They actually live in a small town called Vas, and they invited us to have dinner with some of their extended family, and it was one of their birthdays. So they let us on the public train, and we went to Vas, and we were able to visit them in their home and have a lovely hearty dinner of homemade goulash, and it was absolutely amazing. After our day trip outside of the cities, we did return, where we actually walked along the river with another friend of ours who we met from other travels, and we were so excited to see her. She is studying in Budapest. Her name is Izat, and we were so happy that we could go on this walk and catch up with her along the river. And we actually ended up staying on the river for the rest of the night as the sun was going down. There were some beautiful views, and we did a river night boat cruise. And there are lots of different companies with different cruise options. Ours included like a free drink and an audio guide in various different languages, and I would definitely recommend doing something like this. You could learn a lot about the country's history and culture as you are going down on the boat on this river, seeing these buildings, seeing the bridges, and having everything kind of explained to you, and you can see how it is today versus how it was back then. Another major highlight of this trip, especially for me, was the chimney cakes. So this is a very old, very traditional pastry, and we did attend a workshop. As you can see here, my partner was able to get his standing up as they should be. I did not have the same luck that he did, but this is a wonderful. We were able to attend this workshop where we had a brioche dough, and we learned how to roll it on this little skewer thing and watch it be cooked, but then we also rolled it in various things such as sugar and cinnamon, and nuts as well. And we, by the end of it, were brainstorming how we can try and make these at home, and they were absolutely delicious, and you can find them everywhere. They're all over subway stops and all through the public transportation system and just everywhere on street corners. Of course, another thing we had to do to pass the time was to go to a cat cafe. This is not something that is exclusive to Hungary, but it is a very fun experience to do, and I just loved getting to know a bunch of these little kitties as they were super friendly and really sweet, especially these couple of Maine Coons here. They are just so soft. And here we are trying a other national drink called Unicum, and as you can see, we did not like it near as much as the Balinka at the beginning of the video. Definitely an experience to try, but don't order more than one, even if it's for a group, because it was a time.